We are live right now. We are live. Welcome to WealthX Africa.
Now I went to your party last week now.
We are live. We are live. We are live, sir. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to WealthX Africa. Welcome us to WealthX Africa. If you can hear me, say hi. Let me hear that you can hear me. If you can hear me, say hi. If you can hear me, say hi. Just go on to your WhatsApp or to your DM. Just say hi so that I can know that you guys can hear me. We are testing the sound. So join us live now. Okay. I can see that many of us we can hear. Okay. You are welcome officially to Pillar 5 of Builder's Operating System. But before we go to the Builder Operating System Pillar 5, I would like to brush us through our previous lesson. As we know, in Builder's Operating System, we started with C. And some of us that have been following the series from the beginning, we know that the C started with unprecedented, what do I call it? The C started with something that we need to understand, BOS, Builders Operating System. And we started with Pillar 1, which is C. C is perception. For some of us that we understand that if you can't see it, you cannot build it. And if you can't see it, you cannot own it. So C is the foundation of the Builders Operating System. C is the foundation of the Builders Operating System. And then if you cannot see, you cannot do anything. If you cannot see, you cannot build. If you cannot see, you cannot move. And if you move without seeing it first, you are moving in the wrong direction. So that's why the C as a Builder Operating System is the foundation. From then, and C is perception. C is perception. Perception. Daddy said fission. Yes, it's fission. So C is perfection, fission. And then we went to Pillar 2. Pillar 2 is what? If you can remind me. Pillar 2 is move. So in the Pillar 2, we understand that when you see, it is not limited to what you see. Some people see, but they don't move. They end up as a regret. So, but if you see and you move, so you can start action. So movement, you move. In see, you can see value, but if you don't move towards the value, you might not be able to take something out of it. So in the move, we act upon what you see. You move and you begin to act on what you see. That is moving. So don't just see. Move and act on what you see. Act on what you see. Everybody that see, that doesn't move, they end up as a regret. You can see that Bitcoin is 2020. Bitcoin was around 5 million naira. Many people saw, but they didn't buy it. Now, Bitcoin is around maybe 120 million naira now, or 100 million now. Why? What's the time difference between 2020 and 2026? Just 6 years difference. So that's a very thing. So see, and Pillar 3, if you can remind me, what's Pillar 3? Pillar 3 is position. So the Pillar 3 is position. Not every movement is in the right direction. So movement to the right direction is called position. Movement to the right direction is called position. Don't just move. Position yourself in strategic places. Don't just move. Position yourself in where you can find value. Don't just move. Look for where you can find value in your day-to-day activities. Don't just move. Move to where you can find value. And that is how you can position yourself. Look for the strategic places that your skill, your idea, your knowledge, everything can be well positioned to where you can create value and where you can maximize your value. That is what we call position. And pillar 4, last week, pillar 4, last week, the screen. So last week, the pillar 4, we spoke about build in pillar 4. We spoke about build, and then the build can, when you position, imagine if you position yourself, to be in the room with Dangote, you position yourself to be in the room with your $10, you position yourself to be in the room with the top people. And when you find yourself in the room, that is a right position. You already position yourself. You're already rightly positioned. When you find yourself in that room, you're already positioned. But what happened after you find yourself in the room depends on what is going on in your mind. What happens after you find yourself in the seat with the elite depends on what is going on in your mind. Are you rightly position yourself just to present what you have in mind? Many people, they have opportunity to meet with different people. Some people have opportunity to meet with someone that they can call the destiny helper, but they don't know what to present at that time. So when you position, you don't just position, you build. So you can see that builder's operating system is a complete. When you miss one, you miss others. So when you see perception, you see value, you move towards what you see, and then you position yourself because there's something that is leading you in the first place. And when you position yourself, you find yourself in the midst of the elite, the people that can help your destiny. So you have a builder's mindset. You want to build. So like me now, if I find myself in the position of elite, like I happen to be in the same room with the top richest men in Nigeria, in Africa, I know what I will present to them. I will market my business strategy. I'll send them their business proposal. What are you building? Do you have business proposal for that business? That's the challenge. Many of us, we say we want to do business. The way we are planning to do the business, we are not literally doing the business as if we want to do the business and be successful. We are doing the business as if we just want to make small money so that your family can feed on and you can buy maybe a small car, you can build a small house. You are not positioning yourself to build that business in a very big way. So that is build. But today, when you build, let's assume that you saw value. And then let's assume that you move toward this value. Let's assume that you position in the right places, and then you have a builder's mindset. That is where we are. We have already treated this one. For in case that you have not seen any of this video, go back to the channel. And some of us that have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, because we are going to be dishing out some content that will help us to build our career, our businesses. So let's assume that you now build. So what next? The next thing in our builder's operating system is pillar 5, which is OWN, own. I get to understand that people build things. But not everybody that builds enjoy what they build. That is it. That's the irony of life. And then there's a way that they strategize some things that they make it separate for people that are built not to enjoy what they built. There are many things that happens, and then we need to understand that this particular operating system coming to the consciousness of a builder, and we have something I call the hidden vulnerability of the builder. The hidden vulnerability of the builder. What is that hidden vulnerability of the builder? They have so much passion. They can see. Builders can move. Builders can position. They can build. But when they build, it's like they've achieved their vision. And then at that time, they begin to relax, not knowing that own followed build. So when you build. That is not the end. You can build. But if you don't own what you build, you are missing. If you don't own what you build, you are just literally wasting your energy. So, and that is the part of what we call the builder's vulnerability, hidden vulnerability. You can build the product. That is what I wrote here. You can build the product, you can grow the business, you can create system, you can attract customer, and still not own an asset. Listen to that. You can build a product, you can grow a business, you can create a customer base, you can create an operating system, you can create an app to help your company. You can do some remarkable things and still not own an asset. So, as a builder, we are so consumed with the intention of I want to build, I want to build, I want to build. So, when you build, what next? After building, what next? So, that is what we need to understand. That after you build, what next? Okay. So, you need to understand that when you build, you own. And if you don't own, what you build is just a waste. And I need to compare the two mindsets, the mindset of a builder and the mindset of someone that can own. You know, as a builder, you're just passionate about what you want to build. You may not literally focus on anything. How much can I earn from what you build? Before builders operating system, you may be thinking, how much can I earn? Maybe they consult you to build an app to solve a particular problem in a company. And then before you have the builders operating system in your mindset, you might be thinking of how much can I earn from this problem that I'm trying to solve, right? So let's say you are so fascinating about AI, you are the AI pro, and there's some companies in Nigeria, they want an expert that can train their staff and can build an agent to work in their company, and you can create another problem that's even complex. But if you don't have built-in operating system in your mind, you may be negotiating for price alone. But if you have builders operating system, you know that after you build, what next? You own. So instead of you to negotiate that, okay, I would like to make 10 million naira from this solution that I'm creating. Now say, okay, what if you guys paid me like 5 million? Then I convert the remaining earning to some percentage share in what I'm building. You know that the money that you are collecting, you can spend the money and can finish. But if you get an equity in what they are, in the solution that you are trying to build, you may get residual income from the rest of your life. That is when the own mentality comes in. So not everybody that build own, but when you build and you have ownership mentality in your mind, there's a tendency that you are going to become a great builder, because builders does not stop at own. Are we getting it now? So when you listen to the story of Esau and Jacob, you know, I like the story very well, because some people, they begin to see Esau as a victim. Esau is not a victim. Esau does not have ownership mentality. You know, what belongs to Esau, he doesn't own it. He doesn't have the experience of ownership. But someone that have ownership, that have the builder's operating system in his operating system, he knows that ownership is more than what you can get now. Ownership can let go of immediate gratification mindset. When you have ownership mindset, you can let go of immediate gratification mindset. Some people, what you are negotiating for is not money. Sometimes you need to negotiate for something better than money. How can I own part of this thing? How can I own a quarter of the pie? How can I own part of the pizza? That should be your mentality. Okay, this solution that I'm creating as a builder, I can now own part of it. That should be what you may be meditating on. Because as a builder, you are so fascinating with see. You can see value. You can move. You can position. Now you are building. But after you build, do you own it? Do you own percentage from it? Do you own part of it? So that is it. And we need to understand that this one is very, very key. Is part of the key. Now, let's go to ownership type of ownership. So when we talk about ownership, people think that when we say own, we are talking about money alone. No, we are not talking about the material things alone when we talk about ownership. It's part of it, but we are not talking about ownership. Started far more before the material possession. Ownership starts from the mind, because if you don't see the value, you cannot position yourself to own it. Now, let me go back to that story. Esau does not saw the value in the birthright. It doesn't have any weight. The concept of tomorrow, the weight that the birthright carry does not make any sense to Esau. That's why he can exchange it for the bowl of soup. Why? Because he doesn't see value. So ownership started before you have the material things. Don't forget that both of them, they are not rich yet. Both of them, they are not there yet. But someone can see the value. So ownership started before the material things. And now we have two categories of ownership. Number one, acquire. And number two, protect. Now, it comes once after the other. When you acquire a value, that's one part of ownership. Protect a value, that's another part of ownership. Acquire a value and then protect a value. Some people, they see value and then they position themselves. They position themselves early and they acquire it. Like you see a land and maybe you don't even know. Some people acquire Lekki when FI, Lagos Island, and Sulere is the Lagos, is the main Lagos. Some people saw Lekki, they saw Chevron Drive as a bush, and they acquired those places as cheap as possible. FGC, Haja, they acquired those places as cheap as possible. That is called ownership. And then why? They saw the value before it became obvious. So someone that equipped with builders operating system, they see hidden value and they acquire it. That's part of ownership. They see hidden value and they acquire it. And when you see the hidden value and you acquire it, what happens? Let me draw this thing so that you can see. There's this graph that you need to understand. This is time and this is price or cost. This is time / feasibility. Don't mind my writing, just hear my word. And this is the price or cost. Now, let's say, assume that someone saw land in Lekki as at maybe 1990. And the land in Lekki is sold for 2 million naira per plot. 1990. This is 1990. Right? So some people may be passing Lekki to Aja as at that time, but they don't see the value. Some saw the value, but they don't move. They don't acquire it. Right? And this is time. This is cost. And then at some point, something happened. Maloko open up. When Maloko open up, Lekki phase 1 open up. Lekki phase 2 open up. Now, the price has gone up. Right? Now, as at this time, it became obvious to people that, hey, this place is the next Lagos. Someone shared a story that when Chevron oil company bought Chevron Drive, when they bought a land for their estate in Chevron Drive, that you will drive 30 minutes from Chevron Drive to FI, and you can only see 1 or 2 cars on the road. So that is, let's say 1990. I didn't know, but let's assume 1990 or 1980s. So from Chevron Drive to Lekki to FI, you drive 30 minutes, you can only see 1 or 2 cars on the road. But fast forward to 2010, what happens? Everybody has already known. Now the value has gone up and it now became feasible to everybody. Now the value that you see must not be visible to everybody. That is what we call acquire. You acquire value when it's very cheap. The builders acquire the value when it's very cheap. And that is part of ownership. Acquire the value when it's cheap. Acquire the value when it's cheap. So I told you that we have what? We have two types of ownership. We have two types of ownership. What's the second one, please? What's the second one, please? Yes, protect the value. You know, acquire the value, then protect the value. Some people, they are very smart in acquiring the value. They are very smart in acquiring the value. You know, acquiring the value does not limit it to land alone. I just use that one as a case study. You know, you can build a business, you acquire the customer. That's part of the acquiring, right? You can build a business, you have the ideas, you build a business, and you may not even legalize it. Some people started a business, they don't register their business name. And someone else went there, registered the business name, and they evict them from the business. Some people register business, they don't trademark their brand. That's part of ownership. So if you want to do business, you want to do career, you need to understand ownership to the ownership level. You need to understand. You don't just trust. Okay, let's go to the protection. This part, I'm the victim. I have about 3 stories regarding ownership in my entrepreneur's journey. And this protection, I learned my lesson in very hard way. Okay, I said that number 1, ownership is what? Acquire. And number 2, protection. Now, this number 2, when you acquire a company, it is not the end of the builder's journey. So ownership has 2 wings: acquire and protection. Some people acquire some property, but they fail to protect it. Now, some people, they don't acquire, but what happened? They are finding a legal way to go and protect what they don't acquire. So number 1, you have to follow the sequence: acquire the thing, acquire the value, then protect it. Acquire the value, then protect it. When you acquire it first, you protect it. And that's part of the builder's operating system. How can you protect a value? This story is very personal. Like more than a decade ago, I worked in a company, and I built a lot of value in the company far back as 2009, 2010. And I contributed a lot to that company, but nothing was documented as my reward. Nothing was documented. I worked sweat and blood, all in the name of, okay, I promised this, so. Faber promise. No document, no legalization, nothing. And when it comes to when the value of what we built goes up, I was evicted from the business. And that is what we are talking about. See, you don't build a business on trust alone. Trust alone does not build a business. You need to verify, you need to legalize. That's part of protection. You need to trust, but beyond trust, you need to verify, you need to legalize. Trust alone does not give you liberty as ownership. Ownership without legal is vulnerable. Ownership without control is vulnerable. It's even temporal. When you claim you have ownership and you lack control, it's temporal. It's just a matter of time. It fizzles away. So, and that's it. Let me share another story. 2016, I work in Lagos as a manager of a filling station. And then that filling station was they are selling 200 liters per day. I think I've shared this story before. For the sake of people that doesn't hear it, let me just share it one more time. So they are selling 200 liters per day. Then when I put down my strategy with my team and everything, after 6 months, we are selling 5,000 liters per day. I doesn't have builders operating system at that time. If I had the builders operating system, when I've already mapped out my strategy, I will go back to my boss and say, okay, we are selling 200 liters per day. I'm going to put down my strategy. Tell me my percentage if the sales shoot to 1,000, and if the sales shoot to 2,000, and if the sales shoot to 3,000. That is what I'm supposed to have negotiated for. But I was not equipped with builders operating system that time. So I was not even negotiating for everything, for anything. After 5 months, the business shoots to 5,000 liters per day. What percentage? From 200 liters to 5,000 liters. So more than maybe 10,000%. And then after a year plus 8 months, I was evicted out of that business. That's what we call protection. So when you have a solution to a business, when you have a solution to an enterprise, when you have a solution to a certain thing, before you release your solution, have ownership mentality at the back of your mind. When you know that you can create a value, don't limit what you can create. Don't let the builder's excitement, to blindfold you for not claiming the right thing. I like this story very much. When Joshua sent 2 spies to Jericho, the Rahab the harlot, she knew everything. I love the story. You know, as a part of owner, as part of a builder, you need to understand that negotiation is part of your skill that you must learn as a builder. If you don't learn how to negotiate, you can never own. And if you own very little. Yes. You have to learn the art of negotiation. I have another framework. Maybe one of these days I will teach us the art of negotiation. Rahab the harlot, she knew how the 2 spies can leave the city of Jericho. She hid them inside the roof. And then she came to them, say, okay, I'm not there, but this is how the scene plays out. I know how these people can go out, but before they go, I will secure myself. I will secure my family. Then I will now show them the way. That is negotiation mindset. That is negotiation at the A level. No, she has the solution, but she didn't release the solution. She made sure that she secure herself. She secure her family. She secure the next generation before she released the solution. How many of us, as a builder, this thing is very common to us. We are so fascinated with the problem that we want to solve. We are so fascinated with, let them know that I'm the one that create these things. Let them know that I'm the one that build these things. Let them understand that I'm the one that do it. But beyond doing it, have you secure your slot? Have you secure your slot? So what happened? The woman said, okay, I know that the God is with you. I know that the God that is with you is going to capture this land that I am. But before I release you, promise me that you will save my family. You will save my life. And then after they promise, it doesn't allow them to go. You know what she did? She said, give me a sign. See, promise me is a word of mouth. But give me a sign is an agreement. Oh. So if you don't have an agreement that binding that thing, it is a fake. Word of mouth is a fake. Are we getting it? So this thing is a business practice in Bible that people just read and go. No, that is not how to read it. It's a practical step in Bible. The woman said, okay, save me, save my family. I know that the Lord is with you, but save me, save my family. They say, okay, we promise. He said, no, go to Joshua, I think Joshua 2. So Joshua 2. Now, when they promise her, she said, no, give me a sign. Now, when they now gave her a sign, after that, they now say, okay, I know now you are very close. See, look down. Look down. This is the city gate. So I will just drop the rope. You will let down. Then you go straight to the mountain. Go and hide yourself for 3 days. And then after 3 days, find your way. She knows the story. She knows how they will escape. But she didn't tell them until she secured her slot first. So that is what we call ownership mentality. Because, see, as a builder, we are fascinating with the problem. See, that time, that 2016, I know that if I put all my strategy down, we can boost the sales of that filling station from 200 liters to, I was thinking around 2,000 liters. Eventually, we got around 5,000 liters after 6 months. At peak, we are getting 7,000 liters. Maybe you have a special event. But I did not secure my lot. Why? Because I did not have builders operating system in my mind. I was operating like a novice. Okay. Okay. Let's move further. So ownership is the thing that we need to understand if we want to be a builder. So let's go to 4 dimension of 4 dimension of a builder. 4 dimension of a builder. Let me see what I wrote here. So number 1, if you want to own, ownership will start with what? Perception. 4 dimensions of ownership. It started with perception. Perception. And then it starts with acquisition, that is acquire, and then control, then transfer. Now, see, if you are with me, you know that perception. If you are getting along with this lesson, you know perception is see. Can you see? Is vision. When we say that you cannot build what you can't see, you cannot own what you can't see. Esau does not see the value in birthright. He does not see it, but Jacob can see it. So that's why he traded the entire birthright for a bowl of soup. Not that something that you can eat and not get hungry again, no. Something that you eat in the morning, in the afternoon, you're already getting hungry. You traded it just because you cannot see the value. Me, I cannot see the value that the 200 liters per day can turn to 5,000. Even if I see it, I does not see the value of what that thing can bring to me. When I was working in a business in 2010, 2011, my input was so loud. All I'm getting is appraiser. Hey, that boy can. Hey, once that boy go to Lagos, you know that fuel is coming to our filling station. That's what I'm getting. I cannot get anything. Why? Because I did not equip with business operating mindset. And that's why some of the builders operating mindset, I have some of the life experiences that passes through these things. And in my regret, I can see that, oh, if I had known, I would have claimed this thing. If I have known, I have claimed this thing. Trust alone does not stop a business. Even I've trusted someone that we do something together based on trust alone, and when I get to know later, it's another thing. So, builders operating system. Now, number 1 is perception. 4 dimensions of own. Perception. Number 2, acquire. See, perception is that you need to start looking like a builder. Don't look like any other person. Don't look like normal human being. You are not normal again. I'm not saying you are not normal, but don't look like a normal, the way people look on daily basis. Look deeper. If you see an empty building, think of what the empty building can become. If you see an empty land, think of what empty land can become. Even sometimes you see an empty land, you don't have money to buy it, but have a positive mindset. Maybe someday someone say, okay, I need a land. You need a land. I remember I saw a land somewhere. Then you will just be the middleman. By becoming the middleman, maybe they sold the land 50 million. 5% of 50 million is 2.5 million. That's how you just get 2.5 million. Why? Because you don't look like you are just passing by. Are you getting now? You need to see. That is what we call perception. Esau does not perceive that the birthright can be the family lineage. The patriarch, they know. In Bible, they know that if they want to pass to another generation, they pass the baton. The birthright is the baton, but Esau failed to see it. Jacob recognized it. Now, acquire. Acquire what you see. Don't just see alone. Acquire it. Don't just see alone. If you see, people that see but don't acquire, they end up to be a regret. They regret it later. If you scan your life, scan your existence, scan the way you are living up to how you are living till now, look at what you are supposed to have acquired and you have not. Are you not regretting it? It's time to wake up so that that thing does not happen to you again. Someone tell yourself, I will acquire. I will acquire. Whatever that you see that is valuable, learn to acquire it. Sometimes you may not have the money. Speak the word, release the word, and the word will find expression and bring it back to you. So builders acquire when it's cheap. When it's already obvious, it is very late to acquire. Everybody that have the capital market, Dangote is about to list the refinery. The people, the insider, they already started holding it. Before it became public, the main value has gone. When it became public, this is where everybody is fighting for. There's no much value here. The value is before it became obvious. Let's say I'm a friend to Alhaji Dangote like 10 years ago, and he told me about refinery. I say, Alhaji, I don't have money, but this is $1 million. Even if it's 2% of this refinery, give me. This is $1 million. And I've bought it 10 years ago. Do you know that 2%, if Dangote lists the refinery, I may become a billionaire? In dollar, not even in naira. So why? Because I saw the value early and I key into it. Many of us, we are trying to send our business proposal and the investors are coming in for the business proposal, but you are so excited with the solution that you are creating. An investor told you, okay, I'm going to get 70% of your... Yes, get it. And when you build, business started rolling in money. At the end of the day, you find out that the money that the business that you created, you don't create business to control. You create business for another person. Yes, there are many ways that you can lose what you build. Even Steve Jobs, that built Apple, at some point, the board of directors voted him out. He was evicted from the business that he was created. Thankfully, he created another company that Apple bought. As a result of that, he came back to Apple. And that's why he was able to rewrite the story. So builders are so fascinating with what they are building. They are so fascinating with what they are building because they are so passionate about what they are building. And after they build it, they automatically believe that they own it. No, building and ownership is a different thing. So I'm here to challenge us today that don't just build. Learn how to own what you build. If you cannot own everything, own part of it. And if you own part of it, learn to have control. Because whatever you lack control of is very vulnerable. Okay, number two is acquisition. Number three, control. Number three is control. Control is very, very important. Whatever you build, you must be able to control it. Acquiring is only the beginning. Trust is valuable, but trust alone is not structure. Governance protects ownership. That is what I wrote here. Value without control is temporary. Okay, you register a company with a friend. What is your percentage share in it? Who contribute more value? Who contributes more? What is the job description? Maybe you are the one that is contributing more, but you are the one that owns more percent. You don't check the paper. You just trust blindly. You just trust blindly. So don't just be fascinating with building. You know, as a builder, you are so your emotion is just, I just want to build. I just want to build. But aside building, what are you doing? So we have limited time. Now, number 5, transfer. See, you build. Number 4, transfer. I'm talking about 4 dimensions of ownership. Transfer. Transfer. See, if you think about transfer, you will automatically do this one. Why? Because you cannot transfer what you don't control. You cannot transfer what you don't acquire. You cannot transfer what you don't see. Are you getting it now? So when you think of transfer, what do I mean by transfer? See, Africa is full with people that build wealth but doesn't last more than 1 generation or 2 generations. Why? Because we don't have transfer in mind. We don't have legacy in mind. Our pillar 7 is legacy. We are still coming to that. Let me just paraphrase it. So when you think that whatever I own that I can control, I will one day transfer to the incoming generation, all this one will be at the back of your mind. You will begin to take control for what you build. You begin to acquire what you build, what you see. You acquire what you see, you control what you acquire, then you learn to transfer. See, many of us, you think you are small. Though you are not small. When you build a joint business, learn how to transfer. Even when you are alive, put your succession in plan. Your successor, put it in plan. Let everything be clearly written and documented. That is what we call ownership. Because if you cannot control, you cannot transfer, you don't own it. It's just temporary. So that's 4 dimensions of ownership. Okay, let me give us ownership framework. Ownership framework. Ownership framework. Limited time. We have very limited time. Ownership framework. Now, OWN. That is ownership, right? Number 1, observe. Observe. Number 2, win. And number 3, nurture. Now, this is the ownership framework. Let me read what I wrote here. You know, if you cannot observe, you cannot see. You know, you may park into an apartment or in a location. You may be there for like a year without knowing what is going on in that environment. Opportunity may be pointing at you, but you may not notice it. Why? Because you don't observe. Right? So it is very easy for you to walk past the opportunity because you don't observe it. Now, hidden value, see what others ignore. Acquire insight before acquisition. Observe. Some people, they want to buy land. They don't observe the people that wanted to sell the land for them. In the process, they fall into the hand of 419. Why? Because they fail to observe. In your ownership journey, equip with wisdom to observe. Observe the terrain. Observe everything that you are going through. Observe it. You are working with a partner. Observe. Your observation has to be A+. That is wisdom. So that is ownership framework. Observe. Even if you are going to see value, you need to observe. Study the trend. And number 2, win. Ownership, acquire intentionally. Secure right. Move from intention to structure. Don't just, there's intention. You may have good intention. Yes. But if it's not legalized, if it's not documented, it's just good intention. It's temporary. They can just save you in one side. That's all. You miss it. All the years that you have built, someone just rip it. That is it. You need to see, win. And then number 3, this is nurture. Ownership, increase value, strengthen governance, and protect your asset. That is nurture. You know, when a woman gives birth to a baby, go and study them. Small baby with the mother. The first 6 months, they'll be taking care of the baby. The baby cannot even support he or herself. They'll be pampering the baby, doing all kind of things, changing the diaper. That is how owners they protect their assets. They protect their assets because it's a seed. And our next builders operating system, we are coming to that, because a seed has capacity to become a forest. So that is your seed. Whatever you acquire, you nurture it, you pamper it, so that it can germinate and become more. So whatever you don't pamper, whatever you don't nurture, can go back, can go away, can be destroyed. Are we getting it? So that is what we need to ask your question: what can I create? As a builder, what can I create? What can I own? That's another question. What can I create? Look at your life, look at your whatever you are going through, look at it. What can I create? What can I own? And then what I own, can I control what I own? Some people, this thing, it happens to me also. I was thinking I have something, and when I was taking the account of the thing that I have, and I begin to check the documentation of the things that I have, I was thinking I have something, but in the real back, I didn't have it. I did not have it. Why? Because I observe. After the observation, I now do what? And I begin to dig deep. Then I make some findings, I make some questions. At the end of the day, what I believe that I have, I didn't have it. So that's why I say most of the things in the builder's operating system is what I've lived my life to experience myself. I'm not just teaching from the story of that I read in a book. All this builder's operating system was built from my life experiences and other people. Can I control what I have? If you cannot control it, you don't own it. Yes. And then what do I need to own? So I'm going to give time for question and answer. But before then, who can tell me our next builders operating system? Our next pillar? Who can tell me our next pillar? Our next pillar is multiply. 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 Our next pillar is multiply. Same time next week, 4:30 p.m. is multiply. See, it is not enough to own. You can count the number of seed in a pawpaw fruit. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You can count the number of seed in an apple. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But can you count the number of apple in a seed?
No.
You cannot count the number of apple in a seed, right?
Yes.
Now, whatever you own is a seed. Whatever you own is a seed. Now, ownership is equals to seed. Seed is not enough. You need to do what? Seed need to multiply. And that is what we are going to learn next week. I hope you are going to be around. So ownership is good. But ownership is a seed. Whatever you own, if you don't multiply it, it's either inflation wipe out the value, it's either pet hit it, it's either the policy change. So you need to be available next week. So builders create value, ownership control value, but multiplication or multiply expand the value. So I hope I will see you guys next week to experience this. So time for question and answers. We have limited time. In the next 12 minutes, we are going to end the live question and answer. Time for question and answer. So I will check the. If you have question and answer in the group, kindly drop your question. Kindly drop your question. Kindly drop it. I'm going to check the group. The chat, please. If you, I'm on the phone now. So if you have a question, drop to the chat. Okay, drop to the chat if you have a question. Okay, miracle for today. Trust doesn't give you the legal right to ownership. Without proper documentation, be intentional to grow above trust in business to prosper to proper documentation. That is miracle for today. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. The glory tales, two categories of ownership: acquire value and protect the value. That is it. So I'm waiting for our question. Do you have question in the house? Anyone?
Question: I bought land.
Okay.
1993.
Okay.
I pay only one 1,600 remain 400 to balance.
Okay.
When I go back, the woman have died. The children say they cannot give me the land, they cannot refund the money. What can I do?
What can you do?
Yes, they say the children are not, they were outside the town, living somewhere. So their mother died. When I go back there, this man, I tender the complaint to the family. They say there's nothing they cannot do. Because I make mistake, I did not write agreement. I thought I want to balance right at the beginning.
Okay. Now, daddy case study now. Daddy case study. You bought a land.
Yes, 1993.
1993. Do you have documents?
No document.
No document. What other thing? You have a.
I see deposit. I see some people around.
So you deposit. Do you pay 100%? Have you pay part payment?
Only 400.
Okay, part payment. Part payment. Daddy, you are talking on something. No, you are talking on something. We are coming there. Part payment. No documentation. No agreement. Three. Witness with verbal agreement. See, Daddy, because you listen to Builder's operating system,
I get knowledge now. Well.
You now realize that realize that you did not even acquire 100% before you protect. So the acquire is, let's say, 70%, and protection is 0%. Acquire is 70%, and then do you know what you miss? If you legalize it, 1993 to today, that is almost 3 decades. That land must have maybe. Can you see the value? Can you see the value? Okay. Let's relate it. Forget about daddy's story now. Let's relate. Forget about daddy's story now. Let's relate it to what is happening. Do you know that some real estate developers, they will tell you, come and buy land in Dangote refinery? Ibejuleki, you don't need to pay everything. Just pay small percentage. Just pay small percentage. And then you don't see the land that you are buying. Do you see? No, you don't see the land.
No, I see the land.
Wait, I'm relating to the real estate now. They say come and buy land in so area. Do you see the land? You don't see the land. Before you pay, do you do any documentation? They give you a form. You fill the form. And then they now say, okay, after payment, you pay in full. They will allocate. You pay in full for the land you don't see, and then they will now allocate. Now, when they will now want to allocate, they will now go and allocate inside the bush that you cannot even see. I'm not calling any name. I'm just this is a regular thing. Now, do you know what's happening? The money you don't have now, you are buying a property that you cannot use in the next 20 years. Do you know that you have missed value? So some of us need to get wisdom. If you know that you cannot see before you buy anything, verify. Any land, I'm just talking, any land that you don't see, they ask you to pay. After you pay 100%, that's then when they allocate. It may be good for you, but for me, it's not good. Why? Because it already violates my ownership operating system. I need to see the value before I pay money. Paying money before the value, you already violate my law. So as a result, I'm not subscribing to it. That's number one. Number two, the second value is that, let's say you have 1 million now. Okay, we still have 4 minutes. We still have 4 minutes. There's a question in the group.
In the chat for
Okay, a question. Okay, let me check the question.
2 questions.
How can we correct it then, since we are in it? should we leave or renegotiate
About the land.
about the land, right? Anoluwapo. Okay, my question is what if you are working as employee and your company give you target and you did offer, can you negotiate? Yes, I like this. Now, for the people in the land, you are in the land mess, and then you pay money for what you don't see. It's already violate what we learned today. What is the first thing in ownership? Perception. You have to see before you acquire. Can you see?
No.
Perception, acquire. What is the third one? Protect. That's control. Control and transform. Right? So can you see? See the land, acquire the land, control the land, then when you control, you can transfer the land. Now, you went to acquire the land that you don't see. You jump. That is it. Now, so if you are already in it, maybe you go back to the company that said, let them just show you the land. Then do proper documentation on that one. You know that you have already made a mistake. So, no, in that daddy's case, that one has gone. That one has gone. That one has gone. Okay, we have a question online. The question online. Okay. Please, one house, please. They said we have question in the WhatsApp group also.
It's not WhatsApp. It's your WhatsApp.
Okay, we have question on WhatsApp also. Okay, if your company gave you targets and then you did offer, your company asked you to sell 2 million worth of a good. 2 million worth of a good. And then eventually you did 3 million. They will not come back and say pay you extra. They will not come back. But it's you that you will go back and say, okay, you gave me target of 2 million. I did 3 million. What is my extra commission? Average boss will not want to give you, but if you demand it, there's two things involved. Number one, you see that they see that your eye is too open, they fire you. They may say that your eye is too open. Or they say, okay, I do it. Sometimes we are more qualified for something, but because we don't request for it, they don't give us. When my boss gave me 3 months probation when I got a job, he gave me 3 months probation. After the 3rd month, he traveled abroad. The 4th month, he came back. I went to him. I asked him, boss, you gave me 3 months probation. This is the 4th month. What are you doing? You said you will increase my salary. He said, yes. I said, are you increasing my salary or I should be going? He said, no. He said, for the past 12 years that I'm in Nigeria, it's not a Nigerian. It's a Lebanese. He said, for the past 12 years that I'm in Nigeria, I never gave someone 3 months probation and they came back. They never come back. They will just be thinking that I will be increasing their salary. For the fact that you came back, go and do proposal for what you want to be collecting. I ended up adding 75% to my salary after 4 months. The entire company, they were just grumbling, say, how can someone come 4 months and you increase the salary by 75%? Because I know my value and I demanded for it. So if you have a value, your boss gave you a target and you overshoot your target, go and demand it. Even if they are going to say anything, demand first before you even know. Just demand. Okay, let's go to the WhatsApp group. If you
Another question from that
WhatsApp before.
Okay.
the WhatsApp group, if you decide to buy a land and the owner said they can only give you receipt, no agreement yet, and you intend to pay full, the land you have not entered is a fake. Yes. Now it's the same thing. It's the same thing. In our 4 dimensions of ownership, what is it? Perception. You have to see it first. Number 2, acquire. Number 3, control. Number 4, transfer. You don't acquire what you don't see. See, receipt is nothing. See, people that are using scam to scam people, they know that the police, you can go to police, they will even pay police more than you. And then at the end of the day, when you get to the police station, instead of police to arrest the people that scam you, they will detain you. Because they know their way. This is not the first time that they are doing it. This is not the first time they are doing it. So you have to understand, see the land. Even after you see the land, after you see the land, don't stop there. Send the coordinate of that land. Request for the survey. Send the survey to Alausa if you are in Lagos. See, sir, daddy, calm down. If you send the land to Alausa, confirm. See, you may even buy a land in the right of way. They knew that the land is on the right of way. They sold it for you. The land may be genuine, but the land may belong to government. So that is that. Okay. What other question?
Is on. They are using questions to ask that question that I just answered.
Okay. Okay. How do you walk away if they don't agree to your new terms? You don't have a better alternative.
Read the second one.
There's a follow-up.
Isn't this better?
Where?
There's a follow-up.
Follow-up after the one.
Isn't it better to stay till something better purpose?
This is always the way.
Hey.
This is always the way.
Okay. Hey. See. Understand this thing. FEAR. This is what is ruling people. And this thing has damaged more life than cancer, than HIV. This fear, devil knows this thing very well and is using it against people. And your boss, they know. See, any boss that can instill fear in their employee will be serving them. I'm a contractor to a company. I will not say the name of the company. If the owner of the company is coming, everybody begin to shake. Hey, Ogambo. Say, the boss is coming. Because of that, the man was just installing anything that he wants into the life of the employees. Why? Because he has first installed the fear before he installed the policy. See, if you fear that you don't want to lose a job, you will be work a mediocre job. If you fear to lose a company, you will be working a mediocre work. Why? Because the fear that is keeping you in that company will not open your mind to look for a greener pasture. No, fear is fake experience appearing real, or fake evidence appearing real. See, if you are sure of yourself that you are not you are not recommended to that company, it is your skill that brought you there. And then after you got the work, you keep on developing yourself. You don't say, this is Isimi. Are you getting it now? You don't say that this is where I am. You are keep developing yourself. See, if a company is paying you 200,000 per month, you worth 500,000 per month. Go and look for the company that will pay you. See, there's work in Nigeria. See, there's work in Nigeria. It only takes people that are creating business to know that there's work in Nigeria. It only takes people that work. See, there are less people that can be employed. Unemployable youth are more. If you are employable, there's work for you to do. See, you can package your CV, knock 2 or 3 companies. Don't stay in Bejuleki. Go to FII. Go to Ikoyi. Go and knock on companies. You will see work. If you are sure of yourself. If you are not sure of yourself, stay with that boss. Let that boss be bullying you. But if you are sure of yourself, so don't let fear rule you. If there's nothing that fear rules that gets a good result. So don't make decisions based on fear. Get rid out of fear in your life, in your decision-making process. And as a builder does not operate by fear. Because if you have fear, you cannot move. If you have fear, you cannot negotiate. That Rahab does not have fear in her. She negotiated regardless. Jacob, when he worked for his boss, Laban, for the first 16 years, more than almost 20 years. The fear was ruling him, because how can you give me someone that is not my wife? And I say I'll go again. I will negotiate. I will not even negotiate. See, the Laban does not demand 7 years. It is the Jacob that himself putting himself in bondage. I will work 7 years to get. I will work 7. So Jacob is the one putting himself in bondage. If he has said that I will work one, because you manipulated my reward, I will work 1 more year and I'll get the second daughter. The man will agree, but he said another 7 years by himself. But when he came back, he said that let me renegotiate my reward. What happens? What happens? When he doesn't have fear, he wants to let go. Let me depart, bring all my things. What happens? Everything clear. So I think we overshoot our time.
There's another question.
Another question.
What can you do with a boss that doesn't keep to his word?
So that is agreement. Oh. If a boss does not keep to the word, you have 2 options. It's either you leave the boss, or you just be doing it. If a boss does not keep to agreement, if it is word of mouth, it is not agreement. It is lumber. If a boss does not keep to agreement, what can you do? Number 1, get him to write it down. Get your boss to write the agreement down. Sign it. Just do like Mumu. Allow him to write down the agreement. State the agreement. Then write it down. Sign. Then if he doesn't keep to the agreement after you sign, you can take this one to court. But if it's only word of mouth, word of mouth without any proper agreement, it is not agreement. Now they call him agreement. He's just giving you fake news. So an agreement is something. See, Rahab knew. He said, show me the sign. When the 2 spies, they told her that, okay, we are going to save you and your family. She did not stop there. She said, show me a sign. That is the agreement. Agreement is something that is written down and signed by both parties. So if it's just word of mouth, it is not an agreement. You are the one that calling it agreement. Your boss know that it's not an agreement. He's just using that one to hold you down. But if it's clearly written, it has become agreement. You can go to court with it. So I think we have gotten to the end of our this thing today. So the next week is our Builders Operating System Multiply, and I'm going to see you in the next episode. Thank you. Stay blessed.